Hey everybody, this is Greg from 9 Volt Games, and today's kind of a weird video. Kind of, but not really. Someone asked me, Boo Dizzle, asked me on my Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe review, which system do I prefer? Xbox 360 or PS3. But then he also said, and like N64 and PS1. So what I'm assuming is that you were asking, like between Nintendo, Master System, Genesis, Super Nintendo, PS1, Dreamcast. I don't know how I would lump that. Let's say PS1, GameCube. PS1, N64. Fuck. PS2, Xbox, GameCube. And then you didn't even include the Wii, which is good because I wouldn't pick the Wii. But you know what? I don't prefer consoles like that. I know you're like, all right, hold on, let me think. I didn't think this through before I even started this video. Okay, here it goes. Pretty much for all of them, I was never really a fanboy. I kind of was. I kind of wasn't. I was just more of an Xbox hater back when original Xbox was announced. But that's because I was all up on N64 and the PS1. And I was like, Microsoft has no reason to even try and jump into consoles, stick to PC, blah, 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 making PCs. Obviously, I was wrong. Silent Hill 2 is what got me to buy the original Xbox, so I ended up buying it, eating my words. And now I do play a majority of my games on Xbox 360. That's only because I want people to understand this when I say this. I do play a lot more on Xbox. I used to be an achievement whore, but ever since I started this channel, doing reviews, ever since I started the site, I should say, I've had so many games coming in that it's hard to sit there and try and 100% them, so I just don't anymore. I don't care about achievements, and I don't care about trophies, because trophies didn't start till late. Achievements definitely added that extra oomph to games, so when PlayStation didn't have its, trophy system in place, it was kind of hard to play a game that was multi-platform, specifically for the PS3. You know what I'm saying? Because if I played an Xbox, if it didn't have that great of replay value, at least through the achievements, I would have some kind of replay value. That's the way I always thought about it. And at that point, I think that games were being made towards the 360 and being done on the back end for the PS3, especially with Bethesda. Everyone knows what I'm talking about with that. So that's why, if you look at my videos, it kind of seems like I lean towards 360 more. And that's just because through the tenure of Xbox Live, I've made more friends than I have on PlayStation Network. Now it's actually starting to stop because there's a max. I don't know if there's a max on PlayStation Network, but there's a max on Xbox Live, and I have one slot open as of right now. The games I got for PS3 are just killer. So that's the way that I see it. I don't like the new generation of IPs for the PS3. I don't like... Someone's going to be mad. I don't like Uncharted. I like Golden Abyss on the Vita. I don't like Uncharted. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't like Resistance. I like Killzone. Killzone started on PS2, though. I do like Killzone. I really don't like Resistance, and I don't like Uncharted. And I feel like those are one of those two games you gotta like if you like the PS3. And as far as other games, though, this Little Big Planet is just amazing to me. Resistance is amazing. Resistance is amazing. Resistance is not. I'm looking at the game right next to Resistance, and it is not amazing. 3D Dot Game Heroes, Demon Souls. Where is the one I'm looking for? It's not up there? Are you joking with me right now? I'm missing a game, guys. I'm missing a game. There are games that I do play for PS3 that are multi-platform, though, because if I find out that a game was actually being made for the PS3 and being ported over, like Mortal Kombat was being specifically made for PS3, I will play Mortal Kombat on PS3. The better way, I guess, for you to break it down if you want to know what I prefer is not by company, because I don't do that, except I don't like Nintendo with the Wii. If it's a fighting game, I will always prefer to play you on it on a PS3, because the controller on the PlayStation 3 is just so far superior than the the Xbox One. It's no contest. Any fighting game, I will take on that. Any RPG is a toss-up. I don't care on either. First-person shooters, I always prefer the layout of the 360 where the thumbsticks are. I feel like it's just a lot more comfortable. Do you know what I mean? But that's probably because I feel like FPS is really... I know, obviously, people are going to say, no, they start on PC. I know that. Console FPSs... Well, someone's going to be like, no, N64. Console dual analog FPSs, okay? How's that? I feel like started on Xbox with Halo, because that's where Halo came and revolutionized the first-person shooter. I don't care what you think. It's absolutely true. Alright? Halo came and revolutionized the first-person shooter. Just like as much as I don't want to admit it, I'd have to say Call of Duty did too, for online. But anyways, I just feel like the placement's better. I played a lot of Morrowind on those two analog sticks, and I played a lot of Bethesda games on these two analog sticks on this generation. So, I can't say which one I prefer more. Nowadays, I really do bounce between both, and so that's not even really a question that you can ask me. I can't answer it. I'm sorry. Now, if you do want me to go back in retro, I can do this. Let me start with Nintendo and Master System. Is the obvious. I'm going to take Nintendo. You want to know why? I have no Master System games in this house. Wait. I have an Alex Kidd game. I have no Master System in this house. So it's automatically going to be Nintendo, because clearly that's the one I like more. Let me see. Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Well, I'm not going to flip the camera around because it'll lose focus, but if you look at my Super Nintendo collection in comparison to my Sega Genesis collection, I was a Sega fan back in my day. My sister had a Super Nintendo. I got a Sega Genesis. I've been Team Sega for a long time, and I really hope they make a comeback with consoles, even though, realistically, I know it's never going to happen. I even got the Sega CD here. Oh, here's one. I didn't include this. I don't know why. Out of the Nintendo 64, the PS1, and the Sega Saturn, it's a toss-up. I know, people are like, how's it a toss-up? That's a three-way tie, because I fully enjoyed... There's like 2 games solid on each one of these systems that I can make an argument about. That would be actually a really good video. Thank you for that. I'm going to do that video. There are 2 games on each system I can make a valid argument about why it's the best system. And yes, I do think that Saturn has a couple strong legs in this, and if you're a Saturn fan or even a Sega fan, you know exactly what games I'm talking about. It'd be interesting to see what you put in the comments below. PS2, Dreamcast, and the GameCube. PS2, hands down. I love my PS2, man. I think I told Dan that pretty much up until Fallout 3 came out in 2008, I had the 360 for a solid 3 years, and we've had the PS3 for 2 years. Same with the Wii. I said no contest up until Fallout 3 came out, and I enjoyed it. So it's even 6 months after that. I would say that no contest PS2 was my favorite system of all time. It just had everything I wanted on it, and that's a lot. It's coming from me because there was no Bethesda games on it, and I love Bethesda. That's usually a system mover for me. So the fact that I would say the PS2, it's a pretty big deal. Even though by the end of the life cycle, I played a lot more on Xbox. I still you can't touch. I still don't think a lot of systems aren't gonna be able to touch the PS2 lineup ever. There's too many good games. I'm getting excited talking about it. Here's another one. I don't have the other one downstairs, but between the DS and the PSP, I'm going to say the DS. I play the DS way more than I played my PSP. When it comes down to Vita or 3DS, even though, and I keep it in here all the time, Zelda for the 3DS, I'm still going to say that I think the Vita is a better console. I mean, a better handheld, but the Vita will not make it at all. And it's going to be really sad when it goes down, because I have such faith in it as an actual handheld, to the point I just called it a console. There's so many good things that could come out of the Vita, and you people not owning one is just crushing my dreams, man. There is a lot that can come out of the Vita, and it really sucks. It also sucks that people aren't making the games for it to help push it. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to take that risk, especially in an industry where we lay people off for getting a 76 on Metacritic. You know, what are you gonna do? And it's too bad, because you could do HD. Konami proved it. You can do HD collections on the Vita, and they are just amazing. I'm so mad that people aren't buying the Vita. You guys just make me mad with this video. But yeah, I guess I didn't answer your question at all with this. I'm very sorry. You want to know what console I prefer the most? I have to say, out of the current gen, I would have to say the 360, just because I'm on it more, and I'm friends with more people on there. However, I like the PS3 a little bit better right now that I have this channel, and it's doing decent, because I don't get bothered very much on my PS3, so it's a good place to go and like grind on Mortal Kombat, or play some single-player games, or get back into those exclusives that I missed the first time around. So, yep, still no conclusion. Stalemate. Thank you for watching. Oh, the Wii would never win, though. Ever. And it sucks, because the Wii has No More Heroes 2, No More Heroes 1, has Shattered Memories. I got Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2 on it, which are two games I love from GameCube. It's got the two Zeldas that are well, actually, I don't even like Skyward Sword, but I like Twilight Princess, Monster Hunter Tri, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Metroid Other M, which I actually liked. They're good games. Did I say Manhunt 2? I don't see it up there. I do have Manhunt 2, but I didn't see it up there. But yeah, it sucks. The Wii's got some good games, but there's no way I ever even plug it in. It's not even plugged in right now. I don't know. I can't wait for the next jump consoles. Oh yeah, here's a more solidify how much I love my Sega Genesis. I went and bought one of these. Not even a Nomad. This is a clone one. The Retron 3. But yeah, I digress. So, hopefully that answered some of your questions, at least for the older systems. Thank you for watching.